The partially hearing classes of Port Elizabeth are situated in Park Drive. They were moved from the old North End Grey School in 1991 and began in that year at Greenwood Primary School. The classes service the metro and its suburbs, and as far as Uitenhage, the northern areas, and the surrounding townships. Port Elizabeth and the school find themselves in a favourable position as the support structures, i.e. ENTs, audiologists and speech therapists, and the hospitals are more able to identify children who are hard of hearing and language delayed. They sometimes, not always, find their way to the classes in the partially hearing unit that are specific to hearing impairment. The classes serve hearing impaired learners from toddler, 3 years old and preferably potty trained, to grade 7 who are not able at the present time to cope with the demands of mainstream education due to their speech, language and educational problems caused by hearing loss. Our goal is to help these learners in small, specially equipped and acoustically designed classes. These learners join the mainstream again as soon as they have been habilitated to manage their impairment and the demands of mainstream. As this unit is joined to a mainstream school, integration with hearing peers in mainstream is fostered and encouraged in the playground and on the sports field, also in cultural, social and special educational activities at Greenwood. The majority of children need hearing instruments and many require augmentation, for example the wearing of an FM transmitter on the teacher and an FM receiver attached to a hearing instrument on a learner. An important criterion for admission to the partially hearing classes at Greenwood is that children be language delayed due to a hearing loss. Basic concepts of language and learning are often not established and have not been learnt in the normal patterns of language development and growing up. Teaching focuses on language and the concepts of language and its meaning. Lots of repetition, keeping in mind basic concepts, need to be strengthened with all language used. For example, maths and basic language concepts are drilled in a fun way with repetition of patterns and movement, which children need and love. They are learning in an environment which is fun. This is just an example of how children attach meaning to symbols or actions in everyday life. As always, the focus of teaching is on language in a hierarchical way, building up basic concepts so that language can be interpreted, understood, and enjoyed. The overview or aim is to assist these learners to catch up as much as possible and with renewed confidence return to mainstream classes, but with the assistance of all necessary hearing apparatus. Teachers in mainstream classes need to be aware of how important placement and proximity to teaching a hearing impaired child's needs are. And always try to have eye contact with learners who have hearing difficulty, as the challenges facing children with diminished hearing are greater than many realize. The efficacy of the department to be successful has been enhanced by generous ownership from the Urban Sky Trust, and in particular the Carl and Emily Fuchs Foundation, who this year were responsible for the upgrading and the improvement of our audiometric equipment so that it is now state-of-the-art. The community at large and the children and teachers of the partially hearing unit at Greenwood Primary School appreciate the chance that they have been given to improve the lot of many people's lives.